Calpurnia.
Here, my lord.
Stand you directly in Antonius' way when he doth run his course. Antonius.
Caesar, my lords.
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For our elders say, the Baron touch it in his holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar they do this, it is performed.
Set on and leave no ceremony out.
Caesar.
Ha! Who calls?
Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue shriller than all the music cry, Caesar! Speak! Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware of the Ides of March.
Set him before me. Let me see his face.
Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass.
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do like some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder, Cassius. Your desires, I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am, of late with passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soil, perhaps, to my behaviors. Profess myself in banqueting to all the rout, then hold me dangerous.
Yes, Caesar!
Caesar! Caesar!
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
I? Do you fear it? Then must I think that you would not have it so?
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you thought would impart to me? If it ought toward the general good, set honor one and death in the other, and I will look on both differently. For let the gods so speed me as I love, the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as life not be as I live to be. In awe of such a thing as myself, I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accounted as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffer it. With lusty sinews, throwing it aside, and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink!" I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, must bend his body, if Caesar carelessly but nod on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, And that same eye, whose bend doth awe the world, did lose his luster. I did hear him groan, that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, give me some drink, Titanus. As a sick girl, you gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Oh, Caesar!
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs, and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings.
The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath preceded worthy note today.
I will do so, but look you, Cassius, the angry spots doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such fair and such fiery eyes, as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in by conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonius,
Caesar?
let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman, and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid. So soon as that spare Cassius, he reads much, he's a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays, and thou dost, Anthony, he hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at the heart's ease, whilst they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore they are very dangerous. I'd rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this ear is deaf, and tell me truly what thou thinkest of him.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca, tell us what has chanced today, that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him. In being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand, thus, and then the people fell a shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, Mary was, and he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other, and at every putting by, mine honest neighbor shouted.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Nay, and I tell you that I'll never look you in the face again. But those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news, too. Marius and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, are put to silence. Fare you well. There was more foolery yet, if I could remember it.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised forth.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good. I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell both.
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick mental when he went to school.
So is he now, in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. However, he puts on this tawdry form. This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought. From that it is disposed. Therefore, it is meet that noble minds keep ever with their likes. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night in several hands, in at his window throw, as if they came from several citizens. Writings, all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.